Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad wa barik wa sallam. Today, inshallah, we are going to discuss Juzz 18 of Quran. We will be going to start Surah Al-Mu'minun, and then after we will see some parts from Surah Al-Nur, and then the start of Surah Al-Furqan. First few ayat of Surah Al-Mu'minun, which are explaining about those who want to get success. A lot of people, they are doing so many things to get success in this world. They want to attain so many things. They want to attain so many goals to get success in this world. And if anybody wants to get success, here Allah is explaining the characteristics, the qualities of the successful people. So these successful people, those who will get success, it will not be just in this world. Actually, in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the success will come in the life hereafter. So a lot of people, they are getting success in this world, but when they will go after this life, in hereafter they will not have anything. So what Allah is explaining, the qualities of successful people, if these people, they will do all these characteristics here in this world, then they will have eternal success in hereafter. Now let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون والذين هم على صلواتهم يحافظون أولئك هم الوارثون الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون. Successful indeed are the believers. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Successful indeed are the believers. Now Allah is starting the qualities of these believers. How they are spending their life. How they are performing their actions in this world. الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Those who humble themselves in their prayers. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ. And they turn away themselves from ill speech. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. And they observe zakah. They give zakah. They give the money on the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ. And they protect their private parts. إِلَّا عَلَىٰ أَزْوَاجِهِمْ. Except from their wives. أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ. Actually this or used to be at the time when Prophet, at that time, people, they used to have slaves. So Allah was saying to them as well, except from their wives and those who are the captives whom their right hand possess. إِلَّا عَلَىٰ أَزْوَاجِهِمْ أَوْ مَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ غَيْرُ مَلُومِينَ. For them, they are free from blame. And then after, again Allah is saying, فَمَنِ ابْتَغَىٰ وَرَاءَ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ. But those whose desires exceeds from the limits, for those who are crossing the limits, for those who are breaking the boundaries, they are actually transgressors. فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْعَادُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. These believers, these successful people, they are trustworthy people. They are trustworthy. They are those who faithfully observe their trust and their promises. Like, see what is the importance of trust and promises? Allah is saying this is the quality of the believer who is going to get success tomorrow. They are not going to break their promises. They will not be going to break their faith their trust on people. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَوَاتِهِمْ يُحَافِظُونَ. And they protect, they guard their prayers. They guard their prayers. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْوَارِثُونَ. These will be the heirs. Those who are going to get all these things. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْوَارِثُونَ الَّذِينَ يَرِثُونَ الْفِرْدَوْسَ. What they will inherit, what Allah will give to them. الَّذِينَ يَرِثُونَ الْفِرْدَوْسَ. The best part of Jannah. The best part, the center of the best part of Jannah is Firdaus, and Allah is saying, I will be going to give to them. They will get these things. They are the heirs of these places. And hum fiha khalidun. They will be there forever. They will enter there. We will get them entrance for forever. Forever. These are the first 11 ayat of Surah Al-Mu'minun. That believers are successful. Those, the first thing Allah is saying, they have humbly prayers in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When they pray, they have humbleness. They don't have arrogance. They feel the humbleness in their heart, khushu'. And when they perform salah, they are thinking that they are in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are talking with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is talking with them. They think that they are standing in front of Baytullah. They are standing in front of Ka'batullah. This khushu', when they talk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this khushu' is making them humble. And they are having this quality that even if they are not able to think that they are seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they think that Allah is watching them, Allah is looking them. This is the extreme level of the prayers. But what is happening with us? When we start prayers, a lot of people, we are forgetting. We forget in which rak'at I am in. If I am in third or if I am in fourth or whatever. And then the next level is this: if some people they know, okay, but in which rak'at they are. But if anybody will ask that which ayah and surah Imam was reciting in first rak'at, and which ayah and surah Imam was reciting, Imam was making tilawa in second rak'at, they forget. Because as soon as we enter in salah, as soon as people they enter in salah, they think now they will forget what they are doing. But here Allah is saying that the believers, they make khushu' in their salah. لَيْسَ لَكَ مِنْ صَلَاتِكَ إِلَّا مَا عَقَلْتَ مِنْهَا. You will not get anything other than what you have, your aql, your consciousness in your salah. Not more than that. So you can increase the consciousness level of salah, and you can increase the benefit, and you can increase the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If our conscious and our mind is very low level, we are just entering in salah, and then we wake up when Imam is saying assalamu alaikum and assalamu alaikum, then it means that Allah will give us reward as according to the obligation that we are performing. But the reward we can increase. If we are already spending time, why we cannot increase the time? Why we cannot increase the reward? We are spending time. We are spending our energy. But why we can't increase the reward just by making intention only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just by making purification of the heart for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is happening that people, they perform salah like they are laying off the burden. They have the burden, they just want to lay off the burden. When they come for Salatul Jummah, they want to just lay off the burden of Jummah. When they are performing salah, they want to lay off the burden of salah. But here Allah is saying that your salah, you are successful if you have khushu' in your salah. And then the same thing, like one thing Allah has mentioned in ayah number 2 of Surah Al-Mu'minun, that they will have khushu', they will have humbleness in their salah. And in ayah number 8, in ayah number 9, Allah is saying they are protecting their salah. These two ayat, when we will make it together, when we will try to learn together and understand together, it means that on one side they are performing all obligation salah, all obligatory salah like Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. They are performing, they are protecting their salah, they protect their salah, they don't break their salah. On one side this is the thing, but on another side Allah is saying, when they protect all these salah, when they establish all these salah, they have extreme level of humbleness when they stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here another thing. For example, a person is doing a job in a company where 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 people they are working. And then he gets the information that the chairman of the company, the managing director of the company, he wants to meet. Or maybe he wants to meet chairman of the company. Anyhow, they have the appointment, now they have the meeting. And then the person is coming in front of the chairman of the meeting. They are sitting in front of each other on the table. For example, person is coming and he is standing in front of the chairman or managing director, and then while he is sitting, he is looking here and there. He looks on the wall, he looks on the paintings, he looks on the different things on the box. Right in front of him, chairman and managing director is sitting, he is talking with him, but the person, he is like involving himself in other things. He is involving himself in the thinking of other things, in other matters. And he is not thinking that why in front of a person with whom I am right now. He is chairman, he is my boss. If a person will do this act, what chairman will do with him? This chairman will say that this person, he should not come again, because he is wasting my time. He is not serious. He is not interested to meet with me. So the chairman or the boss will say him, no, this person should not come. But here, we are standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hundreds of the time. When we stand in front of Allah, sometimes it happens that we forget Him. We don't think that we are standing in front of Him. But still, He is not saying us that next time you don't have to come here. But still He is asking us to come again. You were forgetting, let's come again, because I am not forgetting. No problem. But still He is opening the door of repentance. Still He is opening the door of forgiveness. Okay, whatever you have done in your past, you can come again. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He is not closing His doors on us. His doors are always open for us. Nobody is standing on the masjid that this person didn't come forever in the life. This person didn't enter in the masjid. In 10 years or 5 years now, he is not allowed to enter. No. If anybody is coming like this, the people, they are saying, oh, you are coming, welcome, welcome. People, they welcome to the person who was not coming. But now if anybody is starting to come, this is actually the mercy. Allah is distributing the mercy for that person who was disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah is distributing His mercy in the heart of other people, that other people, they are giving respect to Him whenever He is entering in masjid. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when Allah is saying that Allah will enter him, Allah will allow him to enter in Firdaus, this is the best reward that Allah wants believers to get. You think that the paradise is here in this world, but Allah is saying this world is only for limited time. You may have life for 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 years. What more than that? But Allah is saying the life after that will be eternal, forever. And Allah will give them Firdaus, the best part of Jannah. And then after, now Allah is explaining about the creation of the human being, that how Allah has created human being. Ayah number 12. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ سُلَالَةٍ مِنْ طِينٍ. And certainly did we create man from an extract of clay. And certainly did we create man from an extract of clay. ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاهُ نُطْفَةً فِي قَرَارٍ مَكِينٍ. Then we placed him as a sperm drop in a firm lodging. ثُمَّ خَلَقْنَا النُّطْفَةَ First Allah said that we started from clay, and then Allah is saying that from the sperm drop in a firm lodging, and then ثُمَّ خَلَقْنَا النُّطْفَةَ, then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot. فَخَلَقْنَا الْعَلَقَةَ مُضْغَةً, and we made the clot into a lump of flesh. فَخَلَقْنَا الْمُضْغَةَ عِظَامًا, and we made from the lump bones. فَكَسَوْنَا الْعِظَامَ لَحْمًا, and we covered the bones with flesh. ثُمَّ أَنشَأْنَاهُ خَلْقًا آخَرَ, and then we developed him into another creation. فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ. So blessed is Allah. فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنَ الْخَالِقِينَ. The best of the creators. The best of the creators. So the whole story how Allah was explaining, that was started from clay, and then from drop, and then from drop into a clinging clot, and then from clot into a lump, and from lump into the bones, and from bones He is covering the meat and flesh, and then Allah is making the whole creation in perfect way. Allah is explaining, why don't you believe on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah has created you from nothing, from clay, from a sperm drop. You think yourself that you are something. You are arrogant. Don't forget, you were created from clay and sperm, which was nothing. If we have clay on our hand, or if we have sperm somewhere on our clothes, we want to remove. It's people, this is the thing which is really, people, they don't want even to see on their body. And Allah is saying that we have created you from that cheap things. You don't want to touch these things. We have created you, so don't be arrogant. And all these things are blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then after, in ayah number 51 of Surah Al-Mu'minun, Allah is saying, Ya ayyuha rusulu kulu min at-tayyibat. O messenger, enjoy the things that are good and pure. You can eat the things which are good and pure. When you will be going to Ya ayyuha rusul kulu min at-tayyibat, enjoy the thing what is good and pure, wa'amalu salihah, and perform good actions. So it means that the eating has connection with action. If you are going to eat good and pure thing, the actions will be righteous actions. And if you are not going to eat good and pure thing, then the actions will be crossing the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these two things are interconnected with each other. It means that what you are sowing a seed, what you are planting a seed today, you are going to reap harvest tomorrow. If your seed is good and pure, you are going to see a plant, you are going to reap the harvest which is beautiful. But if your seed is wrong, if you are not taking care of the seed, you will be going to face the consequences. These two things are interconnected. It means that to eat halal thing is very, very important in Islam. Eating halal. What things you are eating, what you are taking in your mouth, this has to be halal, because this eating, this food will give you health in your blood, in your breathing, in each and everything. So the blood which will be going to circulate, if you are eating good and halal and pure thing, the blood will be going to circulate in your body which is halal, which is pure, which is not contaminated with anything which is wrong. But if anybody is cheating, if anybody is making fraud, if anybody is stealing, if anybody is earning from robbery, and if anybody is earning by harming people, then the blood which will be going to circulate in the body, this will be contaminated. And then if the blood is contaminated, the action will not be as according to the requirement. So my brother, this is very important to eat halal. And I will be going to explain this. I already have explained before, but I will explain again that there is one law which is working. The name of the law is Qanun Mukafatul Amal. Al-Qanun Mukafatul Amal. Law of compensation. If you are, for example, if anybody is in need of money, if anybody is in need of 10,000, you are giving him 10,000. That person will give to someone else, that person, the second will give to third, third will give to fourth, and this will start a chain reaction, fission reaction. And then after, like maybe whenever I am in need of money, maybe somebody will come and he will help me 10,000. If I am in need of 10,000, maybe somebody will come and he will give me. So sometimes it happens that things return back to you. But you were planting a seed, sometimes it's happening that you are reaping the harvest. You are reaping the harvest. Sometimes it's also happening that somebody was in need of money, 10,000, and then you are giving him, and then he is giving to someone else, and third, fourth, and fifth, and chain reaction is started. And if I am in need of 100,000, so somebody will come, Allah will just put the sign of multiplication with my 10,000, and Allah will multiply with 10 with those 10,000, and then if I am in need of 100,000, somebody will give and he will help me. Not just in form of money, in other things as well. And sometimes it happens that return is coming late. Return is coming late and the person is dying from this world. He made departure from this world. And then his children, they reap the harvest. They get the benefit from the thing that their parents they have done before in their life. And this is also have explained in, like when Khidr alayhi salam, he was fixing the wall with Musa alayhi salam, that this wall is the wall of two children, those who are yatim, and their father, he was a righteous, وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا, the father was righteous. That's why Allah wanted to save the treasure of these two children. The father was saved and Allah was giving the benefit to their children. In the same way, this law of compensation sometimes is coming in this world. But before explaining more thing, I am going to say that this world has law of compensation, but this world is Darul Amal, the place we are going to make actions. It is not necessary that you are going to face the consequences in this world. No, this is just Darul Amal. Darul Jaza will come tomorrow. But sometimes it happens that people, what they are doing, they are facing the same thing in their life. They are facing the consequences in this life. So if you are planting a good thing, maybe sometime whenever you are in need, you are going to harvest, you are going to collect. Maybe sometime with multiplication sign, and sometime it is happening that you are departing the world, and then your children they are getting the benefit. Now, for example, look in another way. If you are cheating, if you are making fraud with someone, if you are harming people, and you are earning, for example, you earn by harming people 10,000. This person will do with someone else, and then this reaction will start, for example. And sometimes it happens that I have to pay the price. Sometimes somebody will come and he will also cheat. In another example, that sometimes a person is cheating with someone 10,000, and then this is continuing, and Allah is actually sometimes multiplying. For example, if Allah multiply with 10, a person was cheating 10,000, but he has to pay some time 100,000, 500,000. Nobody knows how much like multiplication factor Allah has used for that. And the third thing is this, my brother, be careful. Sometimes people, they are earning in a way they think that nobody is going to watch them, nobody is like accounting them. You are cheating 10,000 and this reaction is starting, and then you are not able to wait to get the return. You are leaving, you are departing from the world, and then it happens sometimes that your children has to pay the price that you are doing. This is Qanun Mukafatul Amal, law of compensation. That's why Allah has connected, Ya ayyuha Rasul, kulu min at-tayyibati wa'amalu salihah. Eat good and pure and have good and pure actions. Because these two things are interconnected with each other. And then in the ayah number 82, from 82, Allah is mentioning, قَالُوا أَإِذَا مِتْنَا وَكُنَّا تُرَابًا وَعِظَامًا. They said, when we have died and become dust and bones, are we indeed to be resurrected again? Are we indeed? لَقَدْ وَعِدْنَا نَحْنُ وَآبَاؤُنَا هَذَا مِنْ قَبْلِ. We have been promised this, we and our forefathers before. This is not but legend of the former people. Like this is just the story of the former people. they used to say. No, it's not happening like this. But now here, now Allah is asking some questions from them. From ayah number 84. قُلْ لِمَنِ الْأَرْضُ وَمَنْ فِيهَا إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. Say, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to whom belong the earth and whatever, whoever is in it, if you should know, سَيَقُولُونَ لِلَّهِ. They will say, to Allah. Then say, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then will you not remember? قُلْ أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Will you not remember? You are saying that everything belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Will you not remember Allah? Then second question Allah is saying, say, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa sallam, قُلْ مَنْ رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ السَّبْعِ وَرَبُّ الْعَرْشِ الْعَظِيمِ. Say, who is the Lord of the seven heavens and Lord of the great throne? Who? Who has created all these seven heavens and who is the Lord? They will say, سَيَقُولُونَ لِلَّهِ. They will say, everything is belonging to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قُلْ أَفَلَا تَتَّقُونَ. Say to them, then will you not fear to Him? Will you not fear from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Then the third question of Allah is asking, قُلْ مَنْ بِيَدِهِ مَلَكُوتُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ يُجِيرُ وَلَا يُجَارُ عَلَيْهِ. Say, in whose hand is the realm of all things? Who is the one? Who is the king of everything? Who has the power of everything? All malakut, everything. Kulli shay, wa huwa yujiru wa la yujaru alayhi. And He protects while none can protect against Him. In kuntum ta'lamun. If you should know. Sayaquluna lillah. They will say, everything. Allah, Allah, Allah. Everything belongs to Allah. Qul fa anna tusharun. Then how are you deluded? And then, بَلْ أَتَيْنَاهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَإِنَّهُمْ لَكَاذِبُونَ. Rather, we have brought them the truth, and indeed that they are liars. We brought them the truth, that what is the truth and they could do, but they are liars. And then after Surah Nur is starting, and in this surah, incident of ifk has mentioned, and there are some other orders that what mu'mineen and mu'minat they have to do, they have to perform. The incident of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, what happened that there was expedition of Bani Mustaliq and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was coming back. So he stayed and he made a camp on one place. And Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she recognized that she lost her necklace, it was disappeared, and she went out from the camp and she was searching. Meanwhile, the camp was moved from the place to the next destination. And when Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she came back, she found that the whole camp is moved, and then she stood there, she was resting. And she was having this feeling that if any people, they will come behind, because some people, it was a tradition that when camp was moving, there were some people, those who were coming from the back, so that they can pick up the leftovers of. So when one Sahabi by the name of Sufyan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was coming back and he was collecting their stuff and he was picking the whole leftovers. And then he found that Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she was there. So he took her on his camel, and then he was leading, he was walking in front and the camel was in the back. And when he was walking, and when they reached the camp, when they reached the people, some of the munafiqun, the hypocrite people, they saw that Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she is coming with another man. And then they made the scandal about Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. And then Abdullah ibn Ubay, he was among the top leaders of these hypocrite people, those who were making the whole story as the scandal, and they were saying that, see, the wife of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ma'adallah, she is involved with another man. And it was really painful for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anyhow, so in this surah, Allah was mentioning that how Allah is giving the clear idea to everybody that you were making this story, you were actually doing the wrong thing regarding Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. She was innocent, she didn't do any bad action. And in the meanwhile, when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before Allah revealed these things to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was in pain and he was feeling that everybody was making the whole scandal. And at that time, Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala, he was also in pain. Now here we need to understand that For this reason, for the sake of da'wah, for the sake of invitation to the people towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he started to give this da'wah, when he was in Mecca, at that time, two of his daughters, they were married with the two sons of Abu Lahab. And when he started to give da'wah towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, both of the sons of Abu Lahab, they gave divorce to the wife, to the daughters of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So see, for a father, when his daughters are divorced, you can understand the feeling of a father, that how he will have the burden, how he will have the pain, that his daughters are now back. So first he felt the pain regarding his daughters, now he was feeling the pain of his own wife, that people, they were making a scandal against Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. And when he came to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, he was asking, and Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, she was saying that you must have trust. She was saying to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And meanwhile, Allah revealed this ayah about the innocence of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. About the innocence of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. And this was the indication that nobody is allowed to raise a finger on any innocent women. You cannot do these things. And if anybody will do, then he has to pay the price. He has to be punished. So this thing, that how Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not just facing the problem outside, he was also facing the problem within the home, that people, they made problem for his own family. For his own family. And subhanallah, Allah gave the indication to everybody that Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she is innocent. And then after, this is mentioned in ayah number 11. Those who brought forward the lie are a body among yourselves. Think it not to be an evil to you. On the contrary, it is good for you. To every man among them will come the punishment of the sin. إن الذين جاءوا بالإفك عصبة منكم لا تحسبوه شرا لكم بل هو خير لكم لكل امرئ منهم ما اكتسب من الإثم والذي تولى كبره منهم له عذاب عظيم. And then Allah is saying, why did not the believers, men and women, why they heard of the affair? When they heard about the affair, they had to, these people, when they heard, they had to think about that. Why, if this thing is real or not? They had to say it's an obvious lie. But some of the people, they were also indulged in these rumors. And then after, there is one ayah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, in ayah number 21. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, la tattabi'u khutuwati shaytan. Don't follow the footsteps of shaitan. وَمَنْ يَتَّبِعُ خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ. And whoever will be going to follow the footsteps of shaitan, he will command what is incidents and wrong. فَإِنَّهُ يَأْمُرُ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنْكَرِ. And then وَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَتُهُ مَا زَكَى مِنْكُمْ مِنْ أَحَدٍ أَبَدًا وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يُزَكِّي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. And were it's not for the grace and mercy of Allah on you, not one of you would ever have been pure. Not one of you would ever have been pure. But Allah is purifying whom He pleases. And Allah is one who hears and knows all the things. So Allah is saying, don't make ittiba' of shaitan. Don't make ittiba' of shaitan, because shaitan wants you to do wrong things, indecent things and wrong things. He wants you to be indulged in these things. But Allah is having another thing. Allah wants you to be away from all these things. And then after, there is one ayah about hijab. And when we are hearing about hijab, we think that hijab is only for women. And here in ayah number 30, let's start how Allah is saying. قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ when he was giving the ayat and order of hijab, so before giving the order to women, he said to men, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, say to all these mu'mineen, يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, they must lower their gaze, وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ, and they must protect their private parts. ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا يَصْنَعُونَ, for greater purity for them, their modesty that will make for greater purity for them. Inna Allah khabirun bima yasnaun, and Allah is well acquainted with all that you are doing. Wa qul lil mu'minat, and then Allah is saying, Allah knows everything what they are doing, and then He is starting to say, wa qul, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after saying to men, now you are going to say to women, وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, say to these believers, these women believers, يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ, they must lower their gazes. يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ, and they must protect their private parts. وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ, and they should not display their beauty and ornaments إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا, except what ordinarily appear. وَلْيَضْرِبْنَ بِخُمُرِهِنَّ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنَّ, therefore they should not draw their veils over their bosoms and do not display their beauty except وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا لِبُعُولَتِهِنَّ, to their husband, أَوْ آبَائِهِنَّ, to their fathers, أَوْ آبَاءِ بُعُولَتِهِنَّ, to their husband's father, أَوْ أَبْنَائِهِنَّ, to their sons, أَوْ أَبْنَاءِ بُعُولَتِهِنَّ, and to their husband's sons. أَوْ إِخْوَانِهِنَّ أَوْ بَنِي إِخْوَانِهِنَّ أَوْ إِخْوَانِهِنَّ أَوْ بَنِي إِخْوَانِهِنَّ, to their brothers or their brothers' sons, أَوْ بَنِي أَخَوَاتِهِنَّ, and to their sisters' sons. They can show their ornaments and their zina. أَوْ نِسَائِهِنَّ, and Islam is saying you are not allowed to show things to other women except just few women, like those who are very near to you, or the slaves, أو ما ملكت أيمانهن أو التابعين غير أولي الإربة من الرجال أو الطفل الذين لم يظهروا على عورات النساء, and to their women or the slaves whom their right hands possess, or male attendants free of sexual desires, or small children who have they should not strike their feet in order to draw attention to their hidden ornaments. And O you believers, turn you all together towards Allah in repentance that you may be successful. This is the ayah of hijab that Allah is mentioning. So first Allah was mentioned about men, and then Allah is mentioning about women. So when we are hearing about these things about hijab, first men they have to protect their private parts. They have to lower their gazes. They must not look on all these things which are haram and forbidden for them. And then after, in the end of in ayah number 35, Allah is saying, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Allah is the light of heaven and the earth. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. So this ayah that Allah is the nur, that Allah is the light for people for guidance. He is giving guidance. He is the one who is giving everything to people in all the skies and in all the earth. So everything is glittering because of the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything has its beauty because of the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here Allah has mentioned His name, that Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Allah is the light. Allah is the light for all skies and earth. And He is the guidance for everyone. And then Surah Furqan is starting. And again here, the same discussion is happening. That these mushrikeen, they are saying that how Allah is sending this Quran on the messenger who is eating, who is going to different markets, who is drinking. وَقَالُوا مَا بِي هَذَا الرَّسُولِ يَأْكُلُ الطَّعَامَ وَيَمْسِي فِي الْأَسْوَاقِ. They used to say that, they used to understand that this Rasul and Messenger should have to be the someone who has power, who has all these things, and who has so many people, those who are raising his name. So they used to see that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he used to be with some few people. And they were thinking that he is eating, he is drinking, he is going to different markets. So in their understanding, that messenger has to be something powerful. لَوْلَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْهِ مَلَكٌ فَيَكُونَ مَعَهُ نَذِيرًا. Why has not an angel been sent down to him to give admonition with him? Why? Why the angels, they didn't come? So Allah is saying, and then they are saying, أَوْ يُلْقَى إِلَيْهِ كَنْزٌ أَوْ تَكُونُ لَهُ جَنَّةٌ يَأْكُلُ مِنْهَا وَقَالَ الظَّالِمُونَ إِن تَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا رَجُلًا مَسْحُورًا. Or has not a treasure been bestowed on him? And they couldn't see that Prophet ﷺ, he was like a powerful and he was having so much property. They were thinking that he is a normal person. But they wanted to think that a messenger should have to be so rich. Or why has he not a garden for enjoyment? وَقَالَ الظَّالِمُونَ إِن تَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا رَجُلًا مَسْحُورًا. The wicked say, you follow none other than a man bewitched. They used to say to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam about these things. So Allah is saying that if people, those who are living in this world, if they will be angels, I would send them a messenger I would send a messenger who is an angel. But here people, they are living human beings. So for them I am sending a messenger who is a human being. And he is giving you guidance towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is inviting you. He is inviting you. He is among from you. So have trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have faith on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these were the discussions that we have learned in Juzz number 18 of Quran. May Allah accept this and may Allah allow us to understand Quran. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والحمد لله رب العالمين جزاكم الله خيرا.